A Kickstarter project has been launched to create a line of rompers for men called Romp Him, as in the victim of the beating was wearing a romp him.
This Wednesday was National Walkout Day. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong picture. Oh, there it is. Vanessa Trump. Oh, you know what we do here, right? Vanessa Trump filed for divorce from her husband, Donald Trump Jr. It's a tough break, but I'm sure he'll take it on the no chin.
The White House celebrated Cinco de Mayo on Friday by giving away hundreds of free trips to Mexico.
Education Secretary Betsy DeVos was booed while giving a commencement speech at the historically all-black Bethune-Cookman University. It was the most booing from an all-black audience since I let Colin open for me at the Apollo. A new poll shows that Hillary Clinton's poll numbers have dropped 2 points since she made her presidential campaign official. Because for some reason, once a woman makes it official, we suddenly start to lose interest.
This week, our military dropped the mother of all bombs in Afghanistan. The bomb cost $16 million and reportedly took out 94 members of ISIS, which doesn't sound that efficient, but remember, Fox News spent $13 million just to get rid of 5 women. And President Obama urged Americans to spread the word and check their insurance options on healthcare.gov. Except they can't because someone broke the internet. Okay, I promise that was the last one.
But that ass, though. So while I may never forgive Bill Cosby, hopefully someday I can forgive Dr. Huxtable. I mean, I know it's not the same thing, but I forgave Kramer. According to officials at the CDC, the first case of Ebola in the U.S. has been diagnosed in Texas. And according to WebMD, you already have it. Hillary Clinton recently fueled speculation that she may run for president when she made an appearance in Iowa and said, "Hello, Iowa, I'm back." Though, if I remember 2008 correctly, that's not as effective as saying, "Hello, Iowa, I'm black." Apple has introduced a new line of emojis to represent people with disabilities, such as a person in a wheelchair, or someone who is deaf, or the governor of Virginia.
New York City lawmakers have also proposed a new law that would change the sound of emergency vehicle sirens to resemble those used in Europe. That way, when you can spend your ride in the ambulance pretending you have universal health care. Jeb Bush said in an interview this week that, like his brother, he would have authorized the invasion of Iraq, though he wouldn't have done it for the same reason George did, to capture the genie from Aladdin.
This Wednesday was a day without a woman, sponsored by Jergens Lotion.
Jergens, you know what it's for.
R. Kelly has faced a string of financial problems, including unpaid child support. Although for R. Kelly, unpaid child support is also alimony. But do you get it? Earlier today, Suits actress Meghan Markle married some unemployed dude who still lives with his grandma.
The head of the House committee investigating the Benghazi attacks said Friday that Hillary Clinton wiped her personal email server clean, permanently deleting all her emails. So at least one Clinton has learned how to wipe something clean. Despite Hillary Clinton's claims that she used her personal email while Secretary of State to avoid carrying more than one device, a new report shows that she emailed with her iPad in addition to her BlackBerry. Even more alarming, her email signature was "sent from my Benghazi cover-up device."
The NFL is investigating claims that the New England Patriots deflated game balls before their AFC Championship win. Man, that Bill Belichick always has a trick up his nose sleeves. The Patriots, of course, deny the cheating accusations, saying the only deflated balls they have are because of steroids.
In a speech this week, Hillary Clinton stressed the need for compromise in Washington, saying she hopes to lead the country into, quote, a warm purple space, which is the same line Grimace uses to get you into his windowless van.
In other news, a major power outage struck Detroit this week, leaving roughly 100 buildings without power. The problem will be fixed once someone in Detroit notices the difference.
Former Ravens linebacker Ray Lewis spoke out against the violence in Baltimore, saying violence is not the answer. Unless, of course, the question is, what made Ray Lewis super rich? The head of the House committee investigating the Benghazi attacks said Friday that Hillary Clinton wiped her personal email server clean, permanently deleting all her emails. So at least one Clinton has learned how to wipe something clean. Prince William and Kate Middleton visited New York City this week. While they were here, they saw the Brooklyn Nets play against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron finished with 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal.
This week, China and the U.S. reached a historic agreement to cut carbon emissions. The leader of ISIS may have been killed in an airstrike, and a spacecraft landed on a comet 300 million miles away. But that ass, though.
It was announced that Pope Francis will visit New York City in September and hold a mass in Madison Square Garden, because the Pope always tries to go where people are suffering the most. A Delta airplane skidded off a snowy runway while landing at New York's LaGuardia Airport, slamming through a fence and almost falling into the bay. But the good news is the pilot didn't even spill his drink. Officials have begun screening for Ebola at New York's JFK Airport for all travelers arriving from West Africa. They're focusing on JFK because not even Ebola would go to LaGuardia.
According to a new phone poll, 45% of Americans are concerned that they'll get Ebola. The other 55% wouldn't answer the phone because they thought that might be the way you get Ebola.